All right, folks, so as you can see, we are back in the gun room. And tonight I want to talk about aluminum frame 1911s. Now, what gave me the idea of talking about this subject is I did a review of this pistol, the Kimber Lightweight Shadow Ghost, which has an aluminum frame. And I got several comments in the comment section that said, I'm not buying aluminum frame 1911 unless it has a steel feed ramp insert. Aluminum frames will, get beat up and stop working and crack and all this kind of stuff. So my question to you guys is, do you still think that's a thing? Or do you think that aluminum technology has gotten better in the last 70 years? Because I'm a firm believer that one, a person won't put enough rounds into any handgun. Most people don't put enough rounds into any handgun to really make a difference and wear them out. Especially the more handguns you get, you can't shoot them all. I'll occasionally go out and shoot, 50 out of this one, 50 out of this one. But I have a couple of aluminum frame 1911s here. And I wanted to talk about that with you guys. I will give you my opinion. I am a firm believer that in the 70 years, because I think the Lightweight Commander came out in the 50s, so it's getting close to, if it's not 70 years, it's getting close to 70 years since they brought the Lightweight Commander out. Colt did, and they were the first ones to bring out an aluminum frame lightweight 1911. In those 60 plus 70 years, whatever it is, I'm a firm believer that the technology, that the aluminum being used back then was softer, not as good as it is nowadays. I believe the technology, the aluminum has gotten better, that it's not necessary really to have a steel insert, steel feed ramp insert. Now, when the first lightweight Colts came out, they suffered from the frames cracking because the aluminum would flex a lot more. And I'll show you, I'll take one of these apart and show it to you. One is still that same way. The other two, Colt has corrected that by making a small little I guess improvement. They milled a little part out and that eliminated that issue. And also there was complaints. So there was two major complaints about the aluminum frame guns. One, the feed ramp would get galled up just by the repeated slamming of the bullets, hitting it, get dented up and not, and come out of spec or, And the other one was the cracking, which I remember old gunsmith trick back in the day. They said they would, when the cracking started, they would drill a little hole, just a tiny hole with the tiniest drill bit they could get, bigger than the crack, to stop the crack. And that would normally stop the cracking. But I believe, I'm a firm believer that the modern day aluminum that they're using now in 2024, it negates the need, especially for a steel insert on the feed ramp. Now, like I said, one of these guns is the old school way before Colt fixed it, and the other two are the new way. So I'm going to show you what the old school way. What we got here, I have three aluminum frame guns here. I got the Kimber Lightweight Shadow Ghost, the Colt Defender, which is a lightweight aluminum frame, and the TSAS Stingray. The Stingray is like the old school Colts, and I'm going to take it apart down here and I'll show you. They have the part that is still not, it's fully enclosed right here. Let me take it, show you the frame. So this right here on modern Colts, and I'll show you, this is where they used to have the issues on this gap in this frame rail right here. Modern Colts, they just mill this out. So it's allowed to flex a little bit and it won't crack right here and continue cracking down. And let me see if I can get the Colt apart, because this one's got the little reverse lug in it and stuff, but we'll see what we can do. Let's take the mag out first, big dummy. Okay, yeah. So, as you can see, right here, Colt has milled out this area Here's the T-sauce. And here is the Colt, where they have milled it out to let the frame, ooh, it's dusty, I was carrying this one, to let the frame flex a little bit more, because I believe the aluminum flexes more than the steel. But they do this, Colt does this on all their guns now, and a lot of gun companies have adopted this, and they do this now. So, do you think that it is an issue, still an issue with aluminum frame 1911s, or do you think that, do you agree with me and think that the modern day aluminum is much better than it was back in the day? Is that just an old, like, gun shop, an old FUD gun shop myth that used to be correct? Because I've also seen other videos of people reviewing the, oh God, what is that thing called? The T-sauce Aviator or Air, I think it's called the Aviator. It's basically like the Stingray, kind of, not a bobtail though, but it's an aluminum frame commander size pistol. And I saw a couple reviewers like, you know, oh, I bought it, I'm not gonna shoot it a lot because of the aluminum frame. The aluminum frame's problematic. And I'm kind of like, I don't think that's a thing anymore. And this is an older gentleman, probably in his 60s. And I can see where back then, growing up, because I'm telling you, I owned Colt Commanders in the 90s, and that was still a thing back then. They would tell you like, oh man, the aluminum frame, man, watch out, you gotta keep an eye on it for cracking, and don't shoot it too much because that hardball will just dent the hell out of the feed ramp in the frame, and you'll get, you know, you'll get failures of feed and stuff like that. I'm not seeing any now. Again, this hasn't been, the Stingray has not, none of these pistols has been shot like crazy. Matter of fact, the Colt Defender, I just got that a couple weeks ago at the filming of this video. So none of these have been worn out or shot very much to even see if it's an issue. Now, if you put 100,000 rounds through it, is that an issue? I don't know. You know, I would love to get in contact with a manufacturer, because I'm sure they probably have tested this to see what the life is of the feed ramp on an aluminum frame 1911. Now, I know Ed Browne, well, I'm not gonna say I know, at least up until a couple years ago, it was my knowledge. They're probably still doing it. Let me know down in the comments if they are. They would put steel inserts in their Cobra carries. They're probably still doing it because that was kind of a thing for them. They would put steel ramp inserts in the frames of their Cobra carries because they didn't want people being like, oh, aluminum frame, it's gonna chew it up and fail and all that kind of stuff. I don't believe that's a thing anymore, but I could be wrong. I also wanted to show you, while we got it out here, now this, I had already filmed the full review of the Kimber Lightweight Shadow Ghost before I got a hold of these. Guys, look at these grips, man. Isn't that awesome? It's hitting that blue box. These are Browne Works custom grips. He made the custom Wyoming Gun Project medallion right there. Look at these things. These things are beautiful. I mean, look at that. These are beautiful custom grips. Guys, if you are looking for some beautiful custom grips, hit Markup at Browne Works Inc. I will put all the info down below. I'll put the link. You can get 10% off, a discount code. I am an affiliate with him because I helped him out with some beta testing on some grips, and I was so impressed. It's as a thank you for helping him with those grips, he sent me a box with an awesome, you're gonna see it in a future video. Now, Mark, if you're watching this, I gotta catch up. I already had like 20 videos filmed before we started working together. And but it's coming. You guys are gonna see a beautiful custom pistol stand that he made. It's amazing. Mark does great work. Mark, you're an artist. He does great work. And I would not recommend him if I didn't think that this stuff is just absolutely amazing. This stuff is beautiful. All kinds of wood grips, man. If you are looking for something like that, hey, hit him up down there. Ask him, talk to him. He can customize a lot of stuff, man. Go check his website out. And you're gonna see a video with the a Taurus PT 140 that's got some similar grips to this. And yeah, I can't say enough about these custom grips, man. So guys, let me know in the comments down below if you think the aluminum feed ramp issue is still a thing, or even if the aluminum frame cracking issue is still a thing. I can pretty much guarantee you it's not on the Colt. It's pretty much been confirmed that this little fix has pretty much taken care of that cracking issue on Colts. So that's a no. But TSOS still does that on this aluminum frame. Why they didn't make that mod, I don't know. Maybe they shot this thing for 50, 100,000 rounds and still didn't see. Again, maybe the aluminum technology is so good nowadays that Colt just stuck with this because they wanted to, it's a habit. And they're like, nope, just keep milling it out. It doesn't hurt the gun and it prevents it from cracking. Or do you think this one's gonna crack? And then also the other major is the feed ramp issue. That's the biggest one I hear, is the feed ramp's gonna get chewed up by all the hard ball and the hollow points will you know, gouge it out and it'll affect feed and you gotta go in there and polish it and eventually it'll just wear away till the gun won't work anymore. Is that a thing? I say no. I don't think so, but let me know what you guys think in the comment down below. So thanks for watching. We will see you next time.